Hello everyone, welcome back to the Arduino series of Arduino series. So in the last class you have learned about what is Arduino Mega and how it is different from Arduino Uno that you have already learned already learning from grade 7th. So basically in this lecture we are going to learn about the raindrop sensor. So first we before we'll move to the interfacing of raindrop sensor with Arduino, first let's understand what is all about this one. So interfacing means like we are going to connect raindrop sensors with the Arduino Mega board, right? And then we'll program to see the output. Like we'll print the value of the Arduino Mega in this on this serial monitor so that we can check the different value, like what will be the value when there is a water on the rain sensors, and when the rain sensor is dry, what will be the value, right? So that we are going to check in this lecture. So first let's see the different hardware that we require for this project. So we need Arduino Mega board obviously to program, and raindrop sensors and few jumpers wires to connect raindrop sensors with the Arduino Mega. So first, let's understand the working of these raindrop sensors. So this is also one of the most important analog sensors. See, you can use this sensor as an analog sensor or as a digital sensors, right? I'll tell you how. So in this class, we are going to use this as an analog sensors, because when you use as a digital sensors, you can set the value as a high and low. But if you want different value, analog value, then you have to use this sensor as an analog sensors. So as you can see, there are two things. This is the plate and this is the actual module, which is we call sensors, right? So basically this plate, as you can see over here, this is a board, right, where you can see nickel is coated on this board, right? And so basically it works act as a resistance, right? So when suppose there is a water on this board, right, on this plate, it means it detects some it detect wet. So on wet, so you can see the value of the resistance will be less, and when there is a dry, the value of resistance will be high. So on this principle, this raindrop sensors work, right? So as I told you, there is a module and the sensors. The module consists of LM393 op-amp, right? So as you can see over here, the sensor is a resistive dipole that shows less resistance when wet and more resistance when dry, right? So this will be the connections of this raindrop sensors with the Arduino Mega board. First, you can see in this Arduino Mega board, on this sensors there are 4 pins are there, which is VCC, ground, D0 and A0. So VCC stands for that you need to connect, because this is a module, right? And if you are using any external sensor module, you have to power up, right? So we'll use VCC, and then we have to connect ground of the sensors to the any ground pin of Arduino Mega. And there is two sensors, D0 and A0, right? So you can connect D0 if you want to use this sensor as a digital sensor, then connect D0 to any digital pins. And if you want to connect this, if you want to use this sensor as an analog sensor, then you can connect this to any analog pins of the Arduino Mega board, right? So let's see how we are going to program this one. So it's very pretty simple. So let me first explain you. So let me open the software, right? So I think you all you are already working on this one, right? So first what you need to do, first we have to define the sensor. So let's suppose I'm giving the name of this sensor is sensors, right? You can give any name, right? And suppose I have connected to pin number A0. So you have to write down equal to A0, and then you have to terminate this line by putting semicolon at the end of the line, right? After this we have to just set up some initializations, right, as you do you did every time. So first I'll call this pin mode module. As you know, this pin mode is, I'm just for the revision purpose I'm explaining, for pin mode is used to initialize the pin, either the pin is a input pin or output pin. So I hope all of you are already aware all sensors are the input devices. It means sensors, from the sensors we can collect the value from the soundings. It means sensors are giving something to us. It means sensor is an input device. So here we have to declare sensor comma uh, input. There are multiple way to declare, right? This is one of the way. And we need to initialize serial monitor also, because we need to print the value of this sensor to the serial monitor. For that we need to just initialize by serial dot begin, and then in the bracket we need to put 9600. This is the baud rate, right? Okay, so after this what we are going to do, we are going to use void loop right? In this while loop functions, we are going to read the value of the sensors and display on the serial monitor. So here again I define a variable, and here I'm giving the name of this variable is val equal to, and here I'll call one method which is analog read. So this analog read method will read the value of the analog sensor, and the above we have declared the sensor with the name sensor. So whatever name you have declared over here, you have to call with the same name, right? So and you need to terminate the line. After this, I want to display the value of this variable val to the serial monitor. So I'll call print, and then here I'll write val. Now let me tell you one more thing. If you only call this print method, all the value will be print on a single line. But if you want to print the value on different line, so you have to write down print ln. Means you want to print line wise, right? So this is a basic code how you can write the code, right, or to read the value from the sensors. And after reading the value, you can do multiple things, right? So in the next class, we'll see how we can use these sensors to do some activities, right? Here we have just interface with the Arduino Mega and just see how we can read the value. So this is all from this class. I'll see you in the next class. Thank you everyone.